right, so let's talk about this Kevin Owens, Jey Uso, Roman Reigns stuff. So this is from Smackdown, December the 4th, 2020. We start the show with Roman Reigns chastising Kayla Braxton for asking him stupid questions because she was being real ignorant. I mean, what was up with Kayla Braxton? Like, they've been doing this with her for like the last couple of weeks where she's kind of been spicy with Roman and Jay. She's getting a little too testy for my taste. I've had about enough of this Kayla Braxton. She's becoming a real headache. She's a problem, this Kayla Braxton. Anyway, she asked this silly question about whether Roman Reigns was scared of Kevin Owens. And Roman was like, what is going on here? Like, really? We give you this opportunity to be in the ring with me, to get this attention, and this is how you talk to me? Like, what's wrong with this lady? So then he says, next question, give her a second chance. Kyla Braxton continues, like, what's going on with you and Jay? I'm like, and Roman was like, again, with these stupid questions. Strike two for Kayla Braxton. So then, he just turns to Paul. He says, Paul, please, this lady she's getting on my nerves. So Paul Heyman sort of breaks down that, Jey Uso isn't a failure. Jey Uso, Roman is not scared of Kevin Owens. What's been going on here is that Roman has been setting people up for success. And now, main event Jay has been drawing dim ratings and everything has been going well. So then here comes Bubba Ray Owens to talk his trash to get in Roman Reigns' face and basically challenge him to a TLC match and then threaten to fight him right now. And Roman was like, what is wrong with this guy? And this guy is lost his mind. And so Jay accepts. Jay jumped out the bushes and accepted Kevin Owens' challenge to fight right now. And Roman was like, whoa, hold up now. What's going on here? So Roman and Kevin Owens start talking. Kevin says, hey, I didn't challenge the bus boy. I'm talking to the head of the table. And he starts going on about Roman, about how he wants to beat up Roman right now and all this sort of stuff. And then Roman is, if he's not scared of Roman, and if Roman not scared of him, they should fight right now. And Roman's like, look, what I look like, a savage? I'm a gentleman. There's a woman in the ring. You need to grow up. You need to settle down and grow up. That was a great line. Like that whole thing right there, he said, it's a lady in the ring. Like, what's wrong with you? I love that. That was great. So he leaves the ring, and Kevin Owens starts talking to Roman's back. There's a lot of people talking to Roman Reigns' back now, because Roman never turns all the way around to give you any attention to what he's got to say. He don't want to hear it. But Kevin Owens called him a bitch. Said he needed to grow some balls. I'm like, what on earth? Man, we going a little heavy with this Kevin Owens stuff, man. He's going straight. He's going straight for Mr. Head of the Table, Mr. Tribal Chief. So then a little bit later, Otis is concerned that Kevin Owens doesn't play well with others and has turned on a bunch of tag team partners before. And, Kevin Owens is like, I understand, but, I'm a good guy now. I'm a good guy now. I'm doing good guy stuff. So Roman chastises Jay once again because Jay tries to explain. He tries to explain why he accepted that challenge, because he felt that Kevin Owens was being disrespectful. And if he disrespects Roman, he disrespecting the family, so he had to do something. And then Roman said, look, there's going to be consequences for this. There's going to be some consequences, bro. There's going to be consequences. There needs to be consequences. And we did see what those consequences were. So the tag team match was set up. Otis, the blue collar brawler that they're calling him now. The blue collar brawler. I don't know. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like it. It's something, it's better than just Otis, but I don't know if blue collar brawler. It feels very 1995-ish. It feels kind of 95-ish. Anyway, and Kevin Owens. These are two fat guys, two, sort of, I guess you could say they are, average Joes, two average Joes. It's Otis and Kevin Owens. Two, they like a bunch of pair of construction workers. They're gonna face Jey Uso and Roman Reigns. So Jey Uso comes to the ring, and Roman is not coming. Roman took a pass. It seems Roman does what Roman does, which means he shows up whenever he wants. He leaves Jey out there to fight by himself for a while, and Jey kind of holds his own. And then Roman shows up, probably a third of the way into the match. It went from being a handicap match to now Roman is out there, and Roman just wrecks Otis. He beat Otis with these stairs. He beat the dog shit out of Otis with these stairs. Should have been a disqualification. How it wasn't is beyond me. I do not understand how it wasn't a disqualification. Anyway, now it was a handicap match the other way, because Kevin Owens is by himself and Jey Uso and Roman Reigns are at full strength. But, Roman comes in, does some stuff. They do some really cool stuff. They go back and forth. And then Jey gets into the match, and Jey is about to win the match. And Roman's like, no. Let me finish him off. I'll finish him off. And then Kevin Owens kind of wakes up, and he starts fighting Jey. And then Roman just jumps in the ring and starts choking Kevin Owens out and gets disqualified. Not that he cares. So then, as Kevin Owens is on the ground, choked out, here comes Jey with some chairs. He gives Roman a chair, and him and Roman go to town on Kevin Owens. He beats the hell out of Kevin Owens with a chair. Then, he gets a little overzealous again. He puts the chair onto Kevin Owens, and he does the Uso splash from the top rope on it. And while he's selling on the ground, Roman beats his ass with a chair. And like any good father, is telling him, I shouldn't have to repeat myself. I'm tired of repeating myself to you. I done told you. I'm not going to tell you again. Beat his monkey ass with this chair. And obviously he did this because Jey overstepped again earlier. With the acceptance of the challenge. And he told Jey there was going to be consequences. And you think the consequences were he was going to, let Jey get beat up and not show up. That's what you are led to believe that the consequences are going to be. In reality, the consequences was that he's going to beat his ass with that chair. And that's what he did. So then Roman starts to kind of low talking Kevin Owens, kind of like this stream of consciousness that he's sort of perfected when he comes to talking to these guys. And he tells Kevin Owens, like, you should have just focused on the title. He put the belt on him. Like, he put the championship, the big W, right in the middle of Kevin Owens' chest. And he says, you should have just focused on the championship. You wanted my attention. Now you got all of my attention. Now you got all of it. Now your family, I'm going to take your family. I'm going to take your livelihood. I'm going to take everything away from you. Because you tried to come between me and my family. You tried to take my spot. And since you're trying to take my spot, trying to take my spot at the head of the table, I'm taking everything from you. And I was like, wow. And, the crazy thing is he did an interesting thing visually where he moved Jey over to Kevin Owens. Like, he moved them to, near each other. And then he kind of had Kevin Owens by the face and he had Jey by the head. And it seemed like he might have been talking to both of them, but he was really, of course, only talking to Kevin Owens. But he wanted Jey to hear it. That's a very important thing. Like, he could have left Jey on the other side of the ring in pain, but he dragged Jey over so that Jey could hear that, this is what we do. He's always been about that. Earlier in the night, he talked about how he trained Jey well. And Jey is a capable performer. He trained him well. But now this seems to be the continuance of Jey Uso's training, his education. That, he's been trying to teach him this whole time their way of doing things, of making people understand. And I see that. That's a good thing. Because, that's kind of how we ended up in this whole situation in the first place. Is that people don't seem to understand what Roman Reigns is trying to do. What his values are, all these different things. He wants people to understand. He wants people to get it. You know, it's, of course, it's constantly changing. He's a heel. It doesn't matter. But the big picture is that he wants Jay to understand it. And then once Jay understands it, he can make you understand. But this was a brilliant thing. This was a brilliant. They've been knocking it out of the park. Kevin Owens is a good foil. I do want them to fall back a little bit on Kevin Owens and utilizing his family, because that sounds like that's what the direction we're going into now. Is that maybe we're going to start bringing Kevin Owens' family into it. Maybe not, having his kids out there like, the Mysterios or nothing like that. But maybe him cutting more of those prize fighter style promos where he talks about the importance of his family and, how he does everything for his family. That's kind of what I want to see. I definitely want to see more of that, because that could be definitely some fun stuff. You could get a lot of mileage out of that. And SmackDown being sort of the family show where you got the Mysterios out there and you got Roman talking about the importance of family. So you got the good father in Ray, the horrible father in Roman, and now you're going to have, I guess, another sort of good father in Kevin Owens. That ought to be cool. And then you also had Daniel Bryan. He's out there too, but they haven't really brought his family into it yet. But the potential is there. So they're trying to they got all of these family themes floating around through SmackDown, and it's really interesting stuff. It's really good stuff. There's a lot of fertile ground when it comes to the whole family aspect of this storyline. There's so many family men on SmackDown. Even Seth Rollins with the new baby, even though he's gone for a while, that's something that they could utilize later, because, he's a new father now. So you have a lot of fertile ground with the whole, what do I do for my family? How, fathers, and mostly father, because how many mothers are really on SmackDown? I don't know. I don't think any of the women are moms. Not that I can think of it on top of my head. Anyway, you have real fertile ground right there in which to build different feuds, and it's amazing stuff. But Kevin Owens is a good opponent. He's a really regular sort of blue collar dude, fighting. He's kind of scrappy in a way. He's not a towering Bam Bam Bigelow kind of heel like you would think or that you would want, but he's sort of workman. He's very yeoman like, and it works well in opposition to the more kingly Roman Reigns, who has been given a lot, put in this position. It's a good juxtaposition. Is that juxtaposed? It's a good juxtaposition. Whatever the hell, you know what I mean. Anyway, it's a good contrast. That's a better word. It's a good contrast. Well, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Like this video, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll talk to you guys later.